The Cost of Negligence, a story of lost opportunities. In an ancient kingdom, there was a wise king named Rajendra, renowned for his fair rule and deep understanding of life's truths. His kingdom flourished, and the people lived in peace and prosperity. However, there was one thing that troubled the king: his kingdom's education system. Despite having many scholars and learned teachers, the quality of education seemed to be deteriorating. Young men and women were becoming indifferent to their studies, and knowledge that once flourished seemed to wither away. One day, the king called his trusted minister, Vishnu, and asked, "Vishnu, I have noticed that our young scholars are no longer eager to study. Why is it that even with so many learned teachers, we are losing the pursuit of knowledge? I fear for the future of our kingdom if this trend continues." Vishnu, a man of great wisdom, thought for a moment before answering, "Your Majesty, the cause of this decline lies in the very hearts of the students. They have become indolent, they study half-heartedly and fail to apply themselves fully. Just as a seed sown on poor soil will not grow, their studies yield little fruit because they are not devoted to their learning." Rajendra frowned, realizing the gravity of the situation. "But how do we remedy this, Vishnu?" he asked. Vishnu looked at the king and said, "Your Majesty, let me tell you a story. In the past, there was a village where the people were hardworking and prosperous. They had a farmer named Raghav, who was known for his devotion to his crops. However, one year, Raghav became lazy. Instead of sowing his seeds generously, he sowed them sparsely, hoping that just a few would grow and yield enough harvest. The result was disastrous. The crops failed, and the village suffered because of his negligence." Rajendra listened intently, and Vishnu continued, "This is similar to the way knowledge works. If you apply yourself lazily or sparingly in your studies, you cannot expect great results. Just like a farmer who sows his seeds poorly, a student who gives a half-hearted effort will find that their learning bears no fruit." The king nodded thoughtfully. Vishnu continued, "Let me add another story, Your Majesty. There was a time when a great army was preparing for war. They had powerful soldiers, strong weapons, and ample resources. But they lacked a commander who could lead them with vision and strategy. Without proper guidance and leadership, the army was defeated, not because they lacked strength, but because they lacked direction and purpose." Rajendra's eyes widened in realization. "So, Vishnu, just as an army needs a commander to succeed, a student needs a dedicated and disciplined approach to succeed in their studies." "Exactly, Your Majesty," Vishnu replied. "Just as a commander leads an army to victory, a student must lead themselves with determination and focus. Without discipline and hard work, the result will always be failure. Likewise, money entrusted to others may be lost, and projects begun without proper attention will always falter." The king, now deeply enlightened by Vishnu's words, declared, "I see now. Laziness and negligence will ruin anything, whether it is study, wealth, farming, or an army. We must encourage diligence and strong leadership in every aspect of life." Rajendra called for a meeting with his educators and scholars. He spoke to them of the importance of application, discipline, and leadership. He encouraged the students to invest their full effort in their studies, just as a farmer invests in his crops or an army invests in its commanders. In the years that followed, the kingdom thrived once again. The students became diligent in their studies, and the community learned the value of hard work and responsibility. Raghav, the farmer, also realized his mistake and worked harder in his fields. The army, under strong leadership, became invincible. Moral of the story: indolence and neglect lead to failure in all areas of life. Just as a farmer who sows his seeds sparsely faces ruin, so does a student who applies themselves lazily, or a leader who neglects their duty. Success comes only through consistent effort, dedication, and strong leadership. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.